Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3 Wide TV. And tonight, the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series heads to the Irish Hills, of Michigan, and here for the Michigan 172, and I believe 43 laps per half. Top 12 cars will invert tonight. And along with me tonight, of course, is Carlos. We'll be hearing from Vic, and Adam Peeler is back from his fantasy draft last week. And last week was fantasy draft week. We got football kicking off here too, Adam, and I think no better place to kick off football and have a little OSCA racing here as well, right here in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Got the Lions playing tonight.
Yeah, I say the Lions are playing first game of the season. We're racing in Michigan. It's like Vic planned it, but I know he doesn't know enough about football to think that far ahead, so it just kind of worked out.
And worked out, it did indeed. And I'm really curious to how these cars are going to race in packs. I didn't see too many cars racing in big packs tonight, but as we get qualifying underway right now. But I think not burning that right front tire is going to be a big key. I'm hearing it's a little tight entering the corner, but you're in a little bit of four-wheel slide on corner exit. At least that's what the Do Good guys were telling me. Adam, did you get any pre-race talk from any of these drivers?
I did not, because I've been trying to update iRacing this entire time. But I did get to race here in this car for the little test pre-OSCA season deal that we did. It was a short race at OSCA we did here, and my race didn't last very long. 10 laps in, I got taken out, just like my every other OSCA career race. But I do remember the car being extremely fast getting into one, like over 200, maybe 205, if not more. And getting into one was very treacherous because you were going that fast. I don't remember the draft playing a huge role as far as staying packed up, but there were a lot of comers and goers in that race, even though it was just a practice race. I mean, we had the guy who won, Mr. Bayok, who's not even here tonight. He actually won that race, and he did not run up front the whole time. He did do that. So I think we might actually get some comers and goers tonight for one.
Yeah, it'll be. I think it'll be a fun one to watch. You'll definitely be able to run multiple grooves. I've been kind of noticing that in practice, and right now in the group qualifying, you can notice a little bit of that as well. Guys running the bottom, guys running about a lane up. Might even see guys running high, wide, and handsome. I'm looking for one guy to ride up against the wall, knocking the bricks down. I can't remember what he calls it. Damian Leinemann in that 12 car. I believe he'll be a guy to test out the high line tickler moves here in that 12 car. He's higher than everyone else is. We can give him that.
You'll definitely get a toe down the front, just like any other mile and a half or bigger track. So the draft's going to come into play for sure, but I think this one's going to have way more handling involved than, like, say, the last time OSCA was here in the Xfinity car or the Gen 6 car that we've done. And those were very draft dependent. These, probably a good 5 or 6 laps in, handling's going to be way more important than the draft is.
Yeah, even talking with Dustin Dewar, he was making quite a few solo laps by himself, and later in the run, he started running with sister teammate Jeff Green for DGG Racing, and said it handled a whole lot different. It gets a lot tighter, so I think that's especially where it's going to be important to manage the tire wear and make sure you can pick your way up through the field and be a cover. Oh boy, Caden Tuff's getting sideways.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of, looking for clean air and making sure you're not running the same line as the guy in front of you. But that also brings in the mirror driving and being able to really take that guy's line away. What Joey Logano seemed. Was it here that Joey Logano did that so well and it became a big thing? I think
I can't remember if it was here, or was it Kansas? It was something like.
Was it Kansas? But
was it Kansas?
But that race sticks in my head, and I think we're going to see, that was not how you qualify.
That's already not happened at 12.
Aren't they teammates too? It's interesting.
It's qualifying, boys. Like, chill.
I wonder if he forgot to change his setup, or if training things just didn't They probably StreamBeats.
Yeah, Trading Paints has been kind of funky for like the past week or so. At least since this update, maybe it was when it started to get screwed up. I know last night in the league race it was pretty hairy, but you know, since we're about halfway in qualifying here, is it time to do some picks, Vic?
I got this week. I know who's gonna finish last.
Hold on,
I'll be very excited.
Before you even do anything, let's take a look at the points. Oh my!
Oh,
Yeah,
Sugar Moon's Creations points. Look at you.
Man, I wish
Anyway, I know who's gonna finish last.
I wish you could enjoy it better.
I'm very excited for this because I know exactly who's gonna finish last here tonight. So I hate to do this. You know, that's a lie. I don't hate to do this. It's gonna be Shane DiMento.
Do you know something we don't?
Hey, that's not fair. You have inside information. He's gonna leave at some point.
Insider trading.
I don't know that.
That's a federal crime, sir.
Yep. People are being prosecuted for that.
No mystery driver again?
It'll be back.
You said that the last 3 weeks.
It'll be back in the future. Just like things like 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, just be patient.
My cough didn't go away. It was gonna be me. Just I was a part of it, but I couldn't talk. I was gonna go drive anyway.
Well, you know, Peeler, you're talking about comers and goers, and the guy I'm going to pick hasn't made a qualifying lap yet, but I think no matter where he qualifies, he usually finds himself, keeps himself clean, finds his way to the front. I'm going with the 97 of DJ Weeks. Who's next?
97. Peeler, you're up next.
So I'm up, so I'll go ahead and get the promo for the points out of the way. Sugar Moon Creations Etsy, SC on Etsy. We have some new stuff coming up. We got merch now. So if you are a fan of Nurse Aviator on Twitch, which is me, or if you're a fan of Nurse Aviator Racing, which is the field of cars and you see on track here, all our merch is in a partnership with Sugar Moon Creations. So you can come get some of our merch there. That's a new thing this year that we just started. So back to the pick. I'm at a little bit of a deficit because my iRacing is yet to update, so I can't see all the nice lap times and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just going to go with what's in front of me. Give me Hibbs in the 95.
That's not a bad one to pick.
Matt would be up next, but he's not here.
So are you picking for him?
I will pick for Matt, and you know, I don't know who Matt was going to save. Which is kind of a whole problem here. So I think, I mean,
can I say something?
You can.
I say let's give him Zach Evans. You know, Zach Evans is coming off a high, winning the Paint Team.
Oh, absolutely not. You hush. I think we're gonna give him your favorite driver instead. We're gonna give him Cameron Rich.
That's fine. I wasn't gonna pick Cameron Rich.
You can't pick Cameron Rich anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't going to. I can't pick him at all. Period. Because you know who I'm gonna pick today? I'm actually gonna pick another one of my drivers. I'm gonna pick Darren Staff. He's gonna come and finish this beautiful, consistent finish tonight here now.
Ooh. Oh, I like it. Go ahead.
The sheet updated.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I was
he's updating it right away.
Wish my iRacing would update that fast.
Right. Yeah. It was a big update for those who have iRacing. It took them a few minutes. But
so
you know,
while we're on the subject of this, so there's gonna be 3 drivers that are gonna serve the ULs tonight, and it's for lack of practice. Just a heads up, it'll be 66, 21, and 82.
See, that's the kind of information we need before we make picks.
Well, I mean, they're gonna start in the back anyway.
You know, and I think at a track, this track will probably hurt you the least for meeting the minimum practice rule here, because I think you can, as you were saying before, Peeler, run those multiple grooves, pick your way up to the front. But I think if you're one of those guys, you know, Vincent Isabella in the 82 is one that comes to mind. He runs almost qualifying laps every lap. He's going to have to rein it in maybe a little bit to slowly work his way up through the field, not to burn those tires up. I think it's going to be very important here to have number one.
For sure, because if they're going to the back for not having enough practice time, did they really get a feel for how fast that entry is into turn one? I know I've said it before. We're probably going to say it again tonight. It's so fast that the car actually gets light coming out of the tri-oval. Like it's something that a lot of the cars in iRacing now is a feel that none of those have. So if those guys didn't really get barely any laps, hopefully they're getting some here in qualifying and really understand what the car's going to feel like there, because it's a sensation unlike any other.
Yeah, I was just watching. I just happened to put my iRacing screen on Jeff Green going into the corner at a speed of 206. I think even on the backstretch here, he got up to 204. So that's kind of the speeds they're going to be hitting on the exits of these corners. And oh man, Capuano and Baresi get into it as qualifying is complete. Gavin Hibbs wins pole for half number one of the Michigan 172. And how about that? You got the Thursday night football gang. How about that? 6th and 8th. They're gonna be starting front to back there. Westergreen going to be running for Bite Size Sports. The Vic, you might have to. Oh no, he's doing his thing. But I think from what I heard from Westergreen, he's going to be running the colors of the team he thinks is going to win. So that 9 car is going to be in kind of a prediction scheme. And then tonight, Ty McIntosh running the Lions colors tonight. You see Gavin Hibbs in the Pittsburgh Steelers colors right now. There you see a Lions car. Looks pretty cool. Got that Honolulu blue on there. Any other notables you see sprinkled throughout the field?
I'd like to point out
I've heard
there has been a change to the race name.
What? The what?
Change to the race name.
Oh, there has been. Thursday night OSCA 172 is the new name. Thursday night.
I like
Thunder.
it.
I like it. I like it.
It needs to have thunder, or is that copyright?
This is like the first time I've had a chance
might be
to name
copyrighted.
a race in like a long time, and I completely forgot to do it because like I got so much to do and I'm not feeling well. And then you talked about Thursday night football. And it's like oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
So you got TNF for Thursday night football. We got some TNO for Thursday night OSCA, and some noticeable guys in the back. Just kind of noticing too. Oh, guys that started in the back here. Ryan Lutz back in 28th, DJ Weeks 29th, and again Shane DiMantova. The little insider trading, starting back in the 32nd position. So
you're talking about
12 will enter. What?
I was gonna say, you're talking about guys in the back. The one that's caught my eye is Braxton DeWeese. Have we really just?
Oh no, he's second.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the run that he is on right now.
Oh,
I know Cameron Rich is kind of taking over and he's the guy to beat, but I went back and watched from last week, even though I wasn't here. I'm sorry, guys, but Braxton ran 2 amazing halves. He won one of the halves. I think with his qualifying effort this week, he might be the guy who's going to take it to Cameron Rich, and we need someone to do that, and he's starting off pretty strong here.
Yeah, Rich back in 5th. Braxton DeWeese, he's always in that. Definitely right now, always seems to be running in the podium positions in the top 3, and yeah, he did solidly put himself in the 2nd place in the point standings coming into tonight. But see if he can knock off that dominance of Cameron Rich. But what notable name we do not see in the field here tonight is that 4 car of Nick Indelicato. Kind of surprised by that one. You can see the football schemes out here tonight.
I do like the 2 on the Jeff Green.
That's the Titans official font there too. Yeah.
I like that. That looks good.
Yeah. Alex Greats not in a football scheme.
Damian Leinemann
and Damian Leinemann. I like Bracey's with the cat. I always love seeing how he incorporates his cat into.
I thought that the Pushkin Hooters car didn't get enough love last week. I thought it was great with the cat in the Hooters.
That was one of my favorites as well. But there were some tough matchups, and there was Zach Evans who did win the paint scheme. Give us a wave, Zach.
Is he a
parade wave.
Football in the background?
can't tell.
Maybe. We've got another football scheme beside him, and
No, he's
Dustin
got
Davis
baseball.
in the Packers
Oh.
car.
Yeah. Go Pack, go. Dallas Myhan to that 15. Looking to move up towards the front.
He's wearing a football jersey.
Somebody told me today they think Dallas Myhan looks like a robot when the camera goes to him, and he looks like a robot when he's racing. And now that I'm looking at it with that in thought, he does in fact look like a robot.
I'm calling him Robo Myhan. Oh boy. I instantly
I like
regret
it.
saying it when it came out of my
keep
mouth.
it, keep it, keep it.
By the way, he's wearing a Saints jersey. He's a big New Orleans.
He is.
Saints fan.
Does he have a Derek Carr jersey already? Is that what that was?
We're not a football
Darren Staff.
broadcast, I promise.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah,
We're a
we
baseball
promise.
broadcast. We're a baseball broadcast first, racing second.
Yeah, we were. That's true. And then
Hey,
football.
4th car for IKM this week.
Yeah, how about Robert Hill Jr., the Canuck? Kind of a hometown race. You go to Michigan, and there's a lot of Canadians that partake in that. Going
Oh,
to the
Sugar
races.
Moon Creations, Chevrolet, Dylan Thomas.
Start
and
no camera
18th.
for
I'm looking for him to go forward.
Jordan
Tarble
Tarble in the
start.
39.
Good qualifying effort for him.
Look at this
Ooh,
beauty.
new scheme for James Watson. I like it. Hot pink. Early 90s vibes. I'm loving it.
How many laps do we have left?
There's Nathaniel Cherry.
Going green this time.
Going green this time by. Kinda Jones still rocking his throwback.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool throwback.
I don't remember this.
Doesn't-
last week.
Oh yeah, I think I had asked Vic who drove it because I thought it was Quaffle, but it was, I believe, David Rudiman. That's what he told me.
Oh, the
There's
franchise.
the Andy
Yeah,
Latley
Quaffle.
throwback.
Quaffle ran the Dr. Pepper scheme on the
Oh, that's
73
right.
that year.
That's right. That's right. I think they intermingled them. Lutz in his throwback in. Hopefully he can get up to the front. No contact. Big bucks, no whammies for that 36 tonight. 97 to DJ Weeks, my pick. He's got a lot of work to do. Rashid Coles in the 26 spot.
Tim Carbat still in pit road. Shane DiMontova has.
These guys, so people on pit road right now, they missed the start because of connection issues. Got the 91, 99, and 30.
Wow.
Also,
Gilberto.
while we're on this subject, 66 and 82 will also serve drive-through penalties for this being second offense for lack of practice.
Oh. So although hopefully they're going to hope for early carnage and mayhem, but we'll see what Michigan will bring up as they head to turns 3 and 4 right now. Get the green flag, 43 laps, half number 1. 12 car invert. Pace truck diving down pit road. Gavin Hibbs leading them. Barney's waving the flag. We're green flag racing here in half number 1. Yeah, Barney's aggressive on that flag. Also aggressive on that top lane. Braxton DeWeese trying to hold side by side with Gavin Hibbs, who's going to get that run out of the corner. I think DeWeese, he might get a run exit, but I think Hibbs is going to hold him off for now.
I think that's a smart move by Deweese. Just fall in line. Ooh, contact the wall in the back. Just fall in, see where Hibbs is strong, where he's weak, and just kind of ride for a little while. I like that.
Yeah, just still long half, and I believe I was checking. Yep, some of the guys serving the drive-through here and calling in and pitting in. I believe they can run 32 laps or so. Around 30 laps of gasoline with the 11 point whatever tank of fuel they have. Right now, Gavin Hibbs pulling away for the rest of these guys, but Deweese by a little bit, and then the pack right behind him. And there's a gaggle of cars mid-pack. It's usually where the Hornets' nest is. Dallas Myhan, Darren Staff battling for position. Well, 3 RK Motorsports cars there, duking it out.
Sorry about
Lead
that.
lap
My iRacing
number 2.
finally updated. And it popped up on my
Oh,
screen.
hey, good for you. Got the update going. You're good to go. 3 wide going in the corner. Ooh, some guys getting close to the wall. Three wide Jeff Green in the middle.
That's why we love this track. You have multiple lanes. You don't have to follow the guy in front of you.
Yeah, and you see Neil Rutt serving his drive-through penalty, trying to merge in with the traffic. They might have to fan out here a little bit too. That battle right on the back end of the top 10 right now, really dicey. See right behind Damian Leininger for 6th. It's kind of a gaggle there from 7th on back.
It's the hornet's nest, man. It's the most fun to be driving wise and racing wise, but it's also the scariest place to be because everyone's just on top of each other and you really wanted to get strung out as fast as you can. But it's a load of fun racing that close. Just gets old after a while.
Yeah, it's white knuckle racing because you're trying to make it, be so precise. I mean, there's a little room to give here at Michigan, but at some point you just want to ride. You're just like, man, I just want to settle in for a little bit. And these guys, they're back half of that top 10 right now, not settling in at all. There's positions changing all over the racetrack. It looks like Damian's going to try to make a run, get into the top 5 on David Westergreen, but Alex Greats has other things to say about that as he moves on the outside and gets around Damian Leininger.
Good run for Greats. He's been showing some muscle here lately, so it's not totally surprising to see him up in the top 5.
No, he's been kind of one of those guys who's doing it quietly, but he's muscled a lot of good runs here if he has the luck to finish them. But yeah, he's showing a lot of speed early on in the going, and it looks like he could maybe set up Westergreen here going into 1. He can get a run. These guys get so close to the wall, you see the dust kick up. Diving down, there. Alex Great. I think, he had to get off the throttle. Westergreen will live to see 5th for another lap here.
That's why that outside works so good. You give up so much on entry, and you're expecting that. But the run you get off on the outside, you can really pitch that guy off, and it's either you both wreck or he lifts. And you kind of put that person in that position, and it looks like he decided to lift because, again, we're early. There's no point in pushing. But, hey, at least he's learning for later in the race.
Oh, yes. And, yeah, kind of get to know where you can go. You see Westergreen now going up higher to get that run. Still battles back in the later half of the top 10 and 10th spot. Ty McIntosh, Dallas Myhan wants to be in the top 10. Oh! Ooh, someone shot down Waylo. Who was that?
Might be nuts.
I think he was able to hang on, but he went for a little bit of a ride. That was a 43 of James Watson. Another lap here. Lap number 8. Yeah, it's good racing, side-by-side racing. Guys can either defend or make passes here. See Jeff Green, Darren Staff. Oh boy.
I also like that they're not getting as strung out as I expected. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Hibbs is getting reeled back in a little bit, but it's what, a 1.7 gap is the top 10. I mean, I expected him to get way more strung out than this, and really entertaining.
Yeah, right now, 1st to 11th, under 2 seconds. And you're kind of looking at that 11th spot of Darren Staff, and right behind him, they're all right there. I think 3 seconds all the way back to 18th.
I will say this is that moment. This is that moment after doing this for 10 laps. Okay, now you're starting to think, okay, guys, we've been doing this. We've been white knuckle racing. It's been this stressful, and some guys have the mindset of let's just run here, and then some guys, when they run like that for 10, 15 laps, they get frustrated and they start making moves they shouldn't because they're tired of it. So hopefully this is the first option, and we can go green a little bit here. But there are some guys out there that I know after a few laps of running this way, they just kind of get aggravated and they want to get to the front. So we'll see if any of those guys prevail here.
Yeah, and looking through the top 20 or so movers and shakers, you have Ryan Lutz, who moved up 10 spots, Darren Staff plus 8, and for the most part it's been about 5 or 6 or mostly what you're going to see out of guys like Leininger, Greats, and Cameron Rich. But it's been relatively hard to move up, I think, as quickly as some of these guys would want to. So patience is going to be gonna be key, and maybe even some of these guys who've lost a couple spots. Braxton DeWeese, he's back 1 spot. Joe Francis started in that 4th spot. He's back to 5th. These guys could just be taking it easy, setting themselves up. There'll be a green flag pit stop for sure at some point in the race here tonight, and getting on and off pit road and being able to make a charge when the time's right, because these guys are still about as tight as they were. Oh, the kicker. Who is that? Is that Jeff Green in the wall? I know he was having trouble knocking down that wall out of 2 all during practice, and he does that in the race now. He might lose a few more spots. Now he falls back to 15th position.
Cameron Rich is running down the leader. It was a 0.7 second gap about 3 or 4 laps ago. He's got it down to under 0.3 of a second. So he is coming. I don't know if Hibbs has backed off his pace, if he's burned his tires up, but Rich is coming in a hurry.
And look who's right behind him, Braxton DeWeese. He hasn't let Cameron Rich get too far away from that lead either. So this could be a 3-car battle for the lead pretty quickly here. Unless Gavin Hibbs does have anything left in reserve, but we've seen Cameron Rich week in, week out know how to work his way up through the field and get it done. But Gavin Hibbs, this is again a well-needed run for him. He's had a couple good finishes, but I think he wants to string some consistent a full night together, and tonight looking like could be a good night for that 95 car of Gavin Hibbs.
Agreed. He definitely needs this. There's no better feeling to fix bad luck than to be leading or to win a race. So I'm sure this is really helping with his confidence. I don't know how much longer he will be leading, as Rich gets a big run off of 2 there, but this is good to see.
You know, when that 29 car passes, I don't think you can feel too bad about it. He's been in fuego all season long. Looked like he could have maybe made a look, but he's decided to hold it off here as we complete lap 13. And those 3 cars there, you can throw a blanket over them right now.
Luis touched the wall a little bit there, getting in turn 1, but he should be okay. They're just a little too high. Oh, got majorly loose there off of 2. He's going to lose a big gap from here.
Might be able to regroup and catch back up with the field. Uh-oh. Jeff Green. Caution. I think caution is out. Oh, boy.
Oh, no, they're piling in.
Jeff Green, Nathaniel Cherry. Not sure if maybe Jeff Green had some handling issues.
Cherry really needed a good one tonight.
I think Cherry and... Oh, man, my pick. Let's see what...
Whoa, what?
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, boy. Oh, Dewar gets involved.
Dewar's in it.
Oh, Neil Rutt, yeah, got into it late. And that was... I don't know.
Is that the cursed update netcode?
That was netcode for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and was that, excuse me, Dylan Thomas that got involved in that as well?
Dylan Thomas was in it. And some more cars were sliding through. Oh.
Oh boy. Not a lot of happy drivers after this wreck. Oh, that was a hard hit. Boy, oh boy.
There's nothing worse than netcode causing the wreck that takes you out. Because you're mad and you want to be mad, but then you find out it's netcode. You go back, you look, you basically validate for yourself that it was netcode, and it's just like you can't even be mad at anybody. Like,
yeah. It sounded that's what happened with Cherry. He was pretty upset with Jeff, and then Vic told him it was netcode. Oh.
That's going to be
back or down.
Oh. Penalty there for Neil Rutt.
Yeah. Yeah, he that initial contact definitely wasn't woed up. Field's down pit road, see who's gonna lead him off here.
Oh, I lost my primary feed.
Oh no. Gavin Hibbs does win the race off pit road. Braxton DeWeese second, Cameron Rich in third. Gilberto Javier Gamera all the way up to fourth, is that right?
Is Joe Francis making his way into the top?
He was up there. He was up.
Oh, was he?
Oh, guess. Oh, Gilberto was up there too. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we're both same guys who've been running the top 5 all night.
We've watched the top 3 and we've watched the Hornet's Nest from 10th on back, so we've kind of missed that little part of what's going on tonight.
Yeah, I didn't realize Cooper Johnson was a name. He's in 7th. He's been in the top 10 all night long. Lutz, I don't know if he took 2 tires. He moved up quite a bit in that 9th position.
2 tires would definitely be a gamble.
Yeah, with the way these cars are setting up, I'm wondering, can I confirm? I cannot confirm at this time that.
Do we have the choose cone tonight? I meant to ask that.
Oh yeah, Vic, do we have choose cone?
He may not be here,
that's
but
what
yes, we
everybody
do.
just doing. I'm here. I'm always here. I just have to unmute every single time. But yes, we have to choose tonight.
Choose cone is in effect.
Gibbs took the bottom, which worked for him in their initial restart. So.
Yeah, it loses a couple spots. Well, my scoring sheet hasn't updated, so I'm still behind. That's probably why. So Westergreen kind of taking the gamble on that top side. If he can hang with Gavin Hibbs, which the initial start, DeWeese, it worked for him on the initial start, but again, they go on Barney, not on the leader. This time it will be on the leader for the restart, so we'll see. Ooh, lights are back on. So we get one more lap.
29 is in the wrong lane.
Oh no.
I did not mean to EOL you. That was my bad. You should be behind the 95. Don't EOL, just go behind the 95. That's my bad. I did not mean to EOL you.
Did you get a look behind race control since Vic decided to not mute his mic? This is what it sounds like on the race control side. For anybody who's curious.
That was kind of like the on NASCAR when you put it out. So, okay, getting the field ordered up properly.
There was a change on the front row. Cameron Rich is now in 3rd, and that.
Also, a little confusion there listening to Cameron Rich. He thought he did choose the outside.
It's David Westergreen on the front row.
Yeah. So that's gonna make it interesting here. Ryan Lutz moves up a spot as well. He'll be up or a couple spots. He'll up to 6 now. Let's see what those 2 tires, I believe, can do.
That might be the worst thing from Cameron Rich. I'm sure he wanted to start on the front row, but if he can stay with Hibbs through 1 and 2, he might be able to clear the outside and then still end up taking 2nd. So it might not be the worst thing.
Yeah, I think he'll be in good shape if he can time it out a little bit better than Westergreen can. He should be just fine here. And on those long runs, it looks like he'll be able to catch up to the leaders anyway. So we'll see if that can be done.
And with going on the leader, I will say it's actually a lot easier to time from 3rd place with the car in front of you in control than being in 2nd and trying to look to your left and see when that car's going to go. It might work out.
We'll see if Westergreen has anything to say about that as the pace car dives off. We're going to go back green here in the Thursday night OSCA 172. Half number 1. Lap 19. Good start by Gavin Hibbs. Ooh, Cameron Rich behind him didn't get a good start. Neither Westergreen, though, either.
Westergreen's got a good push from Damon Leininger. That'll help a lot. Well, no, Damon pulled off of him.
Yeah, pulled down on the inside, going behind Cameron Rich. Let's see if Westergreen can get that run. I think he's just on the fender there of Cameron Rich. And they're going to drag race down the backstretch. Looks like Westergreen's going to have the advantage going into 3.
Ooh, Westergreen got super loose getting into 3.
He had to walk it up the track. That might have killed his momentum. That might be just enough for Cameron to clear him. And, man, he's still there.
That was a big moment.
Wow. Westergreen's still hanging on with all this. Gavin Hibbs should be able to pull away here a little bit.
Anywhere
Two
else
cars
in the
battle
field,
side by side.
that's a wreck.
Lutz
Trucking in the
is
back.
around. That's a hard hit.
Oh, it's collecting more.
It's collected a few more. Oh, Robert Hill spins down the backstretch. Someone else hit him pretty good there. I didn't get to see who he hit. Man, oh man. Oh, Dallas
Three of
Mayan.
my cars were involved in that one.
Oh my goodness. I think Isabella has a little bit of damage as well from that wreck. Ooh, just tight quarters racing. Oh, Mayan gets it good. Robert Hill might have got lucky there with the net code wrecking.
Looks like did Deweese get a little tight there? Is that what that looked like?
It looked like Deweese might have got it a little tight and pushed up, but it also looked like Lutz was coming down. Neither of them gave each other room.
Race Control is going to call that one on the 8, by the way.
On the 8.
What I thought.
Oh man, Mayan. Just a victim of the circumstances there. Oh, Carpenter. Oh, he hits the inside wall pretty good.
43 sliding to the inside.
Man, he's been having a rough start of the season as well.
Yeah, right there. Right there tight, but right there Braxton gets super tight.
Yep.
Me
man,
fine.
Oh, man.
I didn't see me
oh,
fine.
Man.
Me fine's in
Old
it.
Dick Trickle scheme going around. And a lot of these guys not heavy damage, but at a track like Michigan, it could be enough to hurt the car quite a bit. Ooh. Oh, and he hits both sides. See the damage on the left side there, but it looks like he's got more of it on the left side than he does the right. A lot of cars coming down pit road again. Gavin Hibbs, interestingly enough, one of them. Wonder if they're thinking they can make it the rest of the way on field.
What happened to Darren here?
Darren might have got lucky here.
Oh, right in the back.
Not lucky at all.
That's the worst damage.
Yep, right on the front nose and a track here like Michigan, that's going to hurt that 45 car quite a bit. Man, oh man, so that changes a lot, especially with the pit stops going on right now. As you see cars very bracing coming off pit road. Braxton DeWeese after that contact with Ryan Lutz. So man, oh man, that's gives the lead to Cameron Rich right now.
Where's Hibbs gonna cycle out?
Hibbs.
Trying to see.
11th.
11th, okay. So I wonder if they think they can make it the rest of it. It's interesting.
How many laps was the game?
I thought it was 32, which I thought they could even make off that pit stop, but it's gonna be interesting here. It's gonna be interesting to see how these guys can make it. Hold on, I'm gonna hop in the car here just to see what iRacing says. Test drive.
I'm wondering.
37.9 laps. I'm wondering
if Hibbs thought if he pitted, he'd pull more people with him, and it just didn't.
That could be too the damned if you do, damned if you don't when you're the leader. But he's gonna lose quite a bit of track position. Let's see if he'll be able to rebound from that.
Gonna put 2 of the 3 big hitters so far in the season on the front row: Damon Leinemann and Cameron Ridge.
And Cameron choosing the top side. Damien will try to see what he can do on the bottom.
And Alex Great's up to 4th. Really picking them off.
Yeah, we're choosing the right lanes. Adam Tepe working his way up in the top 5 now.
Ty McIntosh is in 6th. Rasheed Coles is in 8th. Is that?
Yeah.
Correct.
That is correct. Tarble around top 10. Thomas Capuano. Vincent Isabella, I'm surprised he stayed out. He had a little bit of damage from that last wreck as well.
So we got a lot of wrecked race cars from about 12th on back, I would think.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cars, little crinkles, little damage. We'll see how these this high horsepower might be able to work it out a little bit, but you might have to overdrive the corners here. But with only 21 laps to go, that might be just burn those tires off as much as you can. we'll see if Mr. Dominic Cameron Rich can win the race here. Now he's got handed the lead. Pace trucks down pit road. Green flags out. Cameron Rich on the loud pedal.
Good launch for Damien.
Yeah, what a good of a launch as you're probably going to get in that second spot. He's able to go up right in front of Westergreen. Wow, Cameron running real high in 1 and 2.
Wow, he's really on.
See if he gets that run out of the corner, but Damien closed that gap quite a bit.
Look at that run.
Look at that.
It's that arcade motorsports horsepower right there. What are you giving him in those engines?
Carrot juice.
Oh.
But he did just show everybody else that that's possible. No one's done that yet. So everybody just got a very good front row seat to what you can do that high.
Oh, look at Damien's getting the help behind him. Let's see if Cameron runs that high, wide, and handsome line again. And Alex Great's right there as well. Oh! Cameron pushed up the racetrack a little bit. Damien's going to take the lead. Alex Greats is going to move into second, and he's on the inside of Damien Leinemann as they dive into 3.
Westergreen cleared for 3rd.
Man, oh man. Cameron Rich trying to gather himself back up.
Greats to the
Falling
lead.
all the way back to 4. Oh, Greats is going to... Oh, Damien's going to lead at the line, but it's still side by side as they drag race to turn 1. Let's see who's going to win the battle, or the war, as Damien won the battle. Looks like Greats is going to clear him.
Start screaming slide job with that move. He drove it in very deep to get up in front of him.
Yeah. Damien tried crossing him over, wasn't quite able to get it done, and Greats is your new leader with 18 laps to go. Gotta wonder, is Cameron saving anything? He did get around David Westergreen for that 3rd spot.
I don't think he's saving anything. I think he got used up a little bit. He's on kill mode.
Now see if he can catch the 2 guys that got by him, and Alex Greats, Damien Leininger are top 2 drivers right now. Look in the back, Gavin Hibbs able to work his way up into the 8th position, coming down pit road on that last caution. Trying to work on Thomas Capuano, who's trying to hang on to the top 10 after staying out.
So
he's running that high line.
Yeah. If tires mean anything, Hibbs is going to tell us.
I'd like to find out who is in 15th place.
Oh, Shane DiMantova, what a great run for that 30 car. Up 17 spots starting in the back. A little bit of damage on that race car, but seems to be running pretty solid. Not in last place.
I have something from him, and it says no long run speed. Long run speed equals bad.
Oh, so he's hoping for another caution here relatively quickly. As Caden Tufts does get by him for that 15th spot. Might be the start of a long run here for Shane DiMantova. Running that car he ran as the mystery driver in our season opener. Oh, losing another spot to Bracy. Bracy doesn't have a front end.
No, he does.
What the heck?
Oh, he does.
Oh, no,
he does. I didn't think he did either.
Yeah, that angle looked like he didn't have a front end. Man, oh man. Gavin Hibbs, yeah, he's having a hard time getting through some of this traffic. Tefe's holding them off pretty easily there. Or not, I shouldn't say easily.
And with a car on the outside, when you're on the bottom, you just can't carry your momentum off the corner. So you may be way faster than him, but if you can't complete that corner, you're not going to go anywhere. So he's just sitting there burning those tires up that have been able to put them to use.
Yeah, and not a lot of laps that these leaders have over to the guys that came down pit road. So that these tires, if you run them too hard, could definitely plateau. Oh, there's a carbo maybe got in the wall there. Terrence Staff trying to work his way back up through the fields with that crinkled up front nose.
Be really upset if you pick.
Man, I think none of our picks are doing too hot right now. Or most of our picks, you can say.
I mean, we did
Cameron
get,
Rich did
we
move
gave,
into second spot.
gave Bayok Rich, so
Yeah,
didn't help.
He's doing all right. But Great's pulling away. He's got a almost 9/10 of a second lead over Cameron Rich. But is he going to be burning his stuff up? And will Cameron Rich reel him in? We've seen him do it earlier to Gavin Hibbs.
I think you've got to go get all you can get the biggest lead you can, and then just mirror drive your butt off for the last 5 laps. If I'm Greats, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, or if your Greats kind of do, I believe Cameron Rich did it last week, where he kind of backed off and let the guy in second kind of catch up to him, and then hammer down once that guy in second tried to work his way back up. Let's see if Greats maybe saw the broadcast last week and learned anything from it, because that lead has already shrunk to about a half a second. So Cameron Rich is definitely on go get it mode.
Yeah, Grace just got super loose off the 2. That gave up some of that time.
Field kind of spreading out single file. I'm surprised Vincent Isabella. I think there's that little bit of damage there on his right front. Holding on to that 5th spot right now.
Hibbs
Good
did
run for
clear Tepe.
Finally did get around, so he's up to 7th. He'll try to set his sights on Ty McIntosh in that Lions paint scheme. Who with 7 seconds to go in the first half. Kansas City leads 14-7. I think Detroit has the ball. Not sure.
You're correct.
I am correct. Okay. Gavin Hibbs, though, it looks like those fresh tires, at least corner entry, he's still getting there. Oh man, he got loose. Trying to get alongside of Ty McIntosh. He's there. I think they both got scared after that, coming out of turn 4. I think maybe the fresher tires, or Gavin Hibbs, you know, he was leading this race, has the speed.
That was a smart move there by Ty. I mean, the guy's faster than you. You don't want to accidentally get both of you wrecked with him trying to push too hard. Just let him go, fall in behind him, and see if you can follow him through. It was a really smart move.
Yeah, learn to fight another lap, or live to fight another lap, not learn. Some people got to learn that, though. We've seen that a lot in sim racing, in any league that you go to. Is some guys will run you for 20th so hard, and they'll wad you up.
I think that's the biggest learning curve with sim racing, honestly, is just learning that you don't win it on lap 1. I mean, I know everybody says it, but it takes some people a little bit longer than others to fully grasp that on iRacing, for sure.
Oh, that is for sure. For sure, but looking back at that lead, Rich is still closing, but the Great's still holding on to the lead right now. And looking back, 1st through 4th, under a second within each other. So it could be a 4-car battle for lead with only 8 laps to go here in half number 1. Again, top 12 will invert.
Here goes Cameron now. He's looking on the bottom of Greats now, coming out of 2.
See if you can hold him off. Damian staying on the high side with him. Oh, they're going to tuck in. Look at that 3-car throw a blanket over Westergreen. He could be closing if these guys battle long enough. He's only 0.8 of a second back of Alex Greats.
This is what Greats wants to see. If Damian can start pressuring Cameron, then that might allow Greats to pull away. So this is exactly what Greats is wanting to see.
7 laps to go, half number 1. It's interesting, just the different angles, different corner entry, corner lines they're running in these corners. Lap traffic kind of dictating Damian's line there a little bit. And if Westergreen's close, this is going to be a 4-car battle before too long. And look at these guys in the top 5. Well, actually now Gavin Hibbs moved into the top 5, but Vincent Isabella plus 16 spots in the 6th position. Westergreen, he started up there, but Damian Leininger all the way back in 13th. Alex Greats in 11th. So they worked their way up through the field, kept it clean. They got a shot here to win half number 1. But I think it could be any one of these top 4 cars right now. Damian's looking on the inside, charging hard, but I think Cam's gonna get that run down the corner, on the corner exit. And he's closing in on grades too, but can't really quite take a look yet. These different lines, even these drivers themselves. Cam taking that second lane. 1 and 2
blocking.
Leininger's looking on the inside now too. Oh boy. This could be a 3-wide battle for the lead here in a minute. Oh,
Cameron
look at
is
that.
all the way on the wall.
See if it works as much as it did on the start. He surrendered that position. Didn't work as well as it did on the start. He's got to run down the backstretch. Oh yeah, he's got that thick motor, and he's alongside Grates. That did work.
Is he gonna get 2 for 1?
Slide job it. Oh, but is Grates gonna get him back? But Damien's there as well. It's gonna be 3 wide.
Oh, what a lap! What a lap!
I didn't think it was gonna work for Cam, and it does.
See if Damien tries it here.
I think Cam's gonna try it again. He's gonna get a good run again. Grates is gonna have to block it off, but I don't think he's gonna be able to. Oh, he does. He's gonna look on the inside. Cameron Rich, 4 laps to go, coming to 3. Oh boy. David Westergreen still slowly closing in, but oh, that might be a good corner. Slide job here for Cameron Rich. He's gonna take the lead. Almost contact between Damien and Alex. So let's see if Damien, he's gonna probably drive in pretty deep, see if he can pull that same move. Damien's gonna clear him, but I think we're gonna see a great run from Cameron Rich off at 2.
Tight.
Oh, great. Oh boy, they're all getting tight. You know what? Gavin Hibbs could be a player here before too long.
They keep racing like this.
Very well could be. Let's see if any of these guys now in second, now that Cameron's cleared them, if they copy that line, running that way high side, you get such a great run off of turn 2.
Well, I kind of like what Damien. I like what Damien did. When Damien drove it in really deep and pulled the slide job, he almost pinned Cameron Rich on the outside because Grates was down there. He's not going to get it this time, but he did that last lap. It was almost contact between Cameron Rich and Grates. I think that might be the way to get him, is to slide job him and try to pin him up there.
See if anyone can get that job done. Coming to 2 to go this time by. Now 4 cars within a second. Or 5 cars, I should say, within a second. Gavin Hibbs up there as well. But I don't know if there's going to be enough time. As Cameron Rich, he's running that. Oh, they're all following him, but man, he's the bravest one choosing that outside lane. Damien's going to look on the inside.
He is there.
Side by side, he did get the run. We're going to see 2 way different lines here. Maybe it turns 3. Damien's got to clear him. A crossover move for Cameron, maybe on corner exit. Oh boy, they're going to make contact. Cam's there. He's going to pinch him down. I think white flag is out, right?
No, next step.
2 to go. 2 to go.
2 to go. 2 to go now. Okay,
David Westergreen to the high side.
Oh boy.
What happened to Grates?
Oh, that was it. That was it.
That was the race?
That was it. That was the finish.
Oh.
So something was.
My telemetry must have crashed.
Damien,
I apologize, guys.
Yeah.
So Damien got it, right?
Damien got the win. Cameron Rich second. Alex Grates third. David Westergreen fourth. And Gavin Hibbs rounds out the top 5. But Damien Leininger, what a power move there. I didn't think that was going to work, but we didn't even know it was the last lap.
That was entertaining. I mean, we couldn't ask for more. Slide jobs, blocks. That was amazing. And
five cars battling for the lead there. Yeah, couldn't ask for more.
Caden Tuss and Adam Tepe will be your front row for the second half.
Ooh. So that changes everything. So those guys, we've seen Leininger start around that 13th position. in half number one, able to get it done. And he's already in the interview waiting. We'll talk to, well, it was Westergreen. Westergreen did finish in top 3, so we'll see if we can get him in. But we're going to bring up Damien on a good run there for winning half number one. And even though we didn't know he won, there you see the final result on the screen. We'll bring up Damien up here in the booth, and Damien got a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that, man? You guys were playing cat and mouse, trying to pick what lane to run. We didn't know how many laps were to go, so we didn't know that was the race winning move. But how did you get it done there to get ahead of Cameron Rich once you got to the line?
It was just, I mean, we were going all over the place, and it seemed like the top you could get, you give up a lot of time on entry, but you'd make a lot through the through the exit of the corner and down the straightaway. And I never really figured out how to run that, so I was more of like the kind of second to third or first to second lane, and just kind of the last lap. I mean, we were all really close, and I just followed Cam into the top there because he'd been getting that gigantic run down the backstretch, and I was able to get the cut and kind of come down the hill a little bit and be on the inside, so I can kind of throw that slider into turn 3 a little bit. And luckily enough, he wasn't able to get it cut down the hill to get a good enough run. But it was really, really fun. Us three just up there kind of throwing haymakers at each other, seeing what would stick.
Man, there was 5 cars towards the end there, within a second of each other, but definitely the 3 of you guys duking it out there for the win. How much fun are you having out there, even before that, just picking the different lines, working your way up through the field? Because you're one of the guys that you're gonna have to do it again here. That started kind of in that mid-pack range and having to work your way up to the front.
Yeah, I don't even know what the invert is, I'm gonna be honest.
12.
12. Well, I started 10th on that race, or I might have actually started 12th actually, if I'm not mistaken. I started 13th, so I think 13th, I know what to do right from there, I guess. But I think we kind of got a little bit lucky with the caution when it came out, and those people kind of came down to kind of top off there, and we were really, really close. I was saving the entire time, and I think I was about one more lap to the good, to go there. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, I knew that this track would bring out what this car can do well with the different lanes and the runs and the burning your stuff up. I didn't think I had the speed. Like I qualified 13th there. I'd never felt comfortable in practice. About 3/4 of the race, I didn't really feel comfortable either. Just kind of once you got down to those last like 5 to 6 laps, you kind of just throw all that out and just kind of focus on what's there in front of you. So hopefully we can just turn around and do it here again.
Yeah, it should be a fun one to watch. Adam, got anything for Damien?
Man, I just want to know, did you plan that move out, or was it just where you ended up going and following him? Like, were you thinking like that's the move you needed to make, or it just kind of happened and you took it?
I mean, when we were talking about it, Hank and I, Luke, he was kind of saying like, I kept trying that bottom line, kept trying the bottom, and they would just keep getting that run on the top, and I was never really able to keep the run up enough. So he was like, you got to follow him in pretty much into turn 1. It's like, he's like, whatever you want to do, but if you want to win, I think you got to follow him. So I followed him, and then he kind of wanted me to kind of stay up with him and kind of get the draft and then just kind of pull out last second down the backstretch. And I kind of wasn't a fan of that because if Cam got a better exit than I did, I thought my real shot was going to be, let's try to cut down him a little bit, get on the inside, and at least get to the quarter there. If I could get to his quarter, then he can't enter the corner as low as he wants to. And then I could try and throw it in there and see what would work. I mean, we were all kind of throwing the sliders at each other anyways. So it just happened to work out that I got the nose to cut there and drive down the hill and was able to get to the inside of him enough going into turn 3 that I could kind of throw that Hail Mary move.
I was curious because I was kind of surprised. I thought you were going to, personally, I thought you would pull the slider in that corner and then, try to fend him off going down the backstretch. But the move you ended up picking was a way better idea. So I was just kind of curious of what came to mind there, if it was just a split-second decision or if you thought that one through.
Yeah, it was really coming off of turn 4 was the decision there. And we came off turn 4 where we were at, and we just basically said you got to follow him in. So kind of split second, but there we are.
Hell of a job, dude. That was a lot of fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun behind the wheel too.
So-
Hey Vic.
so
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, call your shot before we get Vic up here. Call your shot. What are you gonna do in half two?
Going to wreck.
Oh, okay.
Don't pick Damien. Got it.
You don't ever pick me again. You hear me?
I've already picked you in the second half, so I can't. So you're
Well, you weren't man enough to show up last week and face the wrath, so I get to yell at you this time.
No, that was not my fault. I have a whole friend group who got a car stuck in the ditch. That was Bob's late.
Oh, you know where my car was in Milwaukee? In the ditch too.
Really?
Yeah.
We
Didn't
started
fly
our
through the
fantasy.
sky into the ditch.
We started our fantasy draft an hour and a half late because someone put a car in a ditch.
Hopefully you didn't draft Kelsey like I did.
No, I did not.
Wait,
It's a
So anyway,
football. It's a football call show. Just get over it.
we got warm up done. We got to get our picks in. But what did you have to ask Vic? And also shout outs too. You got to get your shout outs out there.
Well, shout out to Traders Brewing Company real quick. Nate, I know he lost his animal this week. Anthony, his cat, of 14 years. So hopefully you're watching this, and glad we got Anthony into victory lane. We're gonna do a tribute car here in a little bit for him, and Batflip Podcast, baseball
Right back.
podcast. Thank you there. We'll see. Vic, it was because they hit me after the race was over, and it gave me a 4x, so I didn't know if it was gonna count me as a 0x or not. So I just wanted to ask that real quick, since that is an extra point. They hit me on the back stretch.
I will look at it.
Okay.
I'll note it. I will know. 1 second. Let me write this down to note.
Old school pen and paper. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
there we
thank you,
go.
David.
I noted it. So I'll look.
Alrighty. Thanks.
Yep.
Later.
Later.
So Carlos, you could pick first because your pick
Oh
sucked.
boy.
Oh
Wow.
man, really? That was a disappointment. You know, I think I have to make it up. I don't think Damian Leinemann is going to win this second race. I don't. I'm going to put my money down on Alex Grates, number 14.
Oh, that's a bold pick.
Bold pick.
I was gonna go for it too.
All right, well, goody. Well, you're up next. You get to choose next.
Well, I get wide open range, man. I actually was thinking about picking Damien, but I know this has bit me in the ass one too many times before. I'm gonna go with the 9 car of David Westergreen.
You suck. Literally is what I was about to say.
Hey,
I
Carlos,
love
Carlos
this.
did it to me first.
Okay, so I get to pick next, and my last place pick for half 2. You know, I hate to do this to him, but I have to. I don't have a choice here. It's gonna be me, fine. Zach Evans, the 6 car.
Zach Evans.
Oh, I hate doing it to him, but
I would
he's
never.
not had luck on his side. Peeler, you're up next.
Let's give me some Adam Dose. I'll go Adam Tippett.
Adam Dose. That was not the way that I thought that was going to be said.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. That was not the words I thought were coming out. You know, for Matt, we're going to double down on good picks. Because I really don't want to see Carlos win this. So we're going to go Gavin Hibbs. We're going to go 95.
I think that 95 definitely has a good enough car to.
We're going to do 2 pace laps, so out of pit road here, and then 1 more after.
All right. So now the game might change. Cars inverted. We have seen Damien come from that 13th, 12th spot range, and that's where he'll be starting. So definitely a possibility. But some of these guys, Caden Tufts, Adam Tepe, towards the front here for half number 2. Could be a game changer for some of these guys getting this track position now.
Yeah, and I think the clean air is going to be a big factor. I mean, the guys that have been running up front right now are the ones that were running in that 10th, the 12, 13 mess. So maybe they learned something back there, throwing all the sliders, making all the passes, defending. Maybe they learned something to keep them up front now that they got the track position. So it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, they know how cars handle, and there's points coming in tonight too as well. And Delicato in 7th, that's going to be a huge one since he's not in the field tonight. Kind of gauge where they finish in half number 1. Great for that good run. He might move himself to a playoff spot.
Dylan
Chase
Thomas
off
got
spot,
wrecked
yeah.
out. so that's going to hurt his standings in the playoffs as of right now.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think those points are going to jumble up quite a bit after tonight for sure. We still got 43 more laps here at Michigan to determine how jumbled those standings can get. I'm even curious to see what Ty McIntosh can do here now. He's up there in 4th.
I wasn't going to say it. I didn't want to jinx him.
Hell, I'll do it. Why not? Sorry, bud. He can have a potty mouth if he wrecks now, because it'll be all. He can blame me no matter what happens.
Okay, Tuss on the front row. I think he might be able to be one of the guys that can really stay up there now that he's got the clean air.
I even think the guy next to him, he's been, quietly a guy that can get in that top 10, and he's been having to fight a lot of traffic here tonight, but now being up front, both these guys in the front row with clean air, I think it's going to be pretty beneficial for him. We're about to find out in about a half a lap. We'll unleash these puppies, and we'll see what they got.
Got to keep an eye on is Braxton DeWeese coming from 14th. And DJ Weeks, we didn't really get to see what he had in that first half. He'll be coming from 18th, 19th, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that got caught up in those wrecks in half number 1 that might have had a little bit of muscle that we haven't seen. So this could be a fun half number 2. We're about to find out as the pace truck's going to get ready to dive down pit road as they're coming off turn 4. Caden Tufts leading them to the green. Adam Tempe in 2nd. Got McIntosh and Francis in row number 2. Barney's waving the flag. We're green flag racing in half number 2 in the Thursday night OSCA 172.
Great start by Caden. He's going to be clear with no worries from behind. Ty's going to clear in the 2nd.
That was a great start for the inside line there. No one doing the cam French move early on in the going here.
Well, that's not true. The 15 car in the back is.
Oh, see, well, yeah, he's a guy that wants to have a good showing after getting collected in that wreck. Look at Ty McIntosh. Oh,
Caden!
Oh, he got loose. I don't know who needs a new pair of shorts more than 89 or the 00 there. I think they both do.
I cannot believe he held on to that. That was some driving skill if I've ever seen one on it.
Yeah, I think it freaked out Ty McIntosh, who he made a comment. I'm sure he's checking his underpants, making sure it's not filled up with something.
That car was completely sideways.
Yeah, that could have been the entire field wreck there. Ooh, you see a couple cars getting close to the wall there on the exit of turn 2. Some guys running the high line. Capuano really trying to find his rhythm, running that outside, trying to hang in the top 10.
Gilberto there had a great first half, stopped, very quiet, steady, and here he is again. Doesn't make a lot of noise, gets his finishes.
Yep, and he's right there in a playoff hunt as well, so trying to stay in a good position. Gavin Hibbs, he's flying through the field right now.
Around 95.
Oh, Hibbs is around.
Oh.
Leininger's in it.
Damian, and he called it. Oh boy.
Oh, they're still piling in. Cherry's in it again.
Again, kind
help
of Jones.
but say that the 12 wasn't.
Yeah. And
you can't blame me. I didn't do it.
I did. I was talking to Gavin, and then he goes around. Who got the meatball flag?
Kynan.
Ooh. Man, a lot of stuff happened behind him. Oh, and then he just darted towards the inside wall. Oh, Rashid. Sliding through there. I think he got through it.
The grates, is that grates down there? The grates come up a little bit. Ooh, Shane plows in.
Yep, Shane gets involved in it as well. And feel bad for Nathaniel Cherry. Really got into 2 wrecks here. Nothing of his doing.
Same thing that happened with Braxton DeWeese in the first half. On the bottom there, just got a little bit tight, flipped the right rear of the car to his outside.
Yep, it gets tight down on the bottom. Well, that car wants to wash up so bad. Unfortunately, the 95 was there.
Oh, you couldn't see him.
Oh, he could not see.
He was off the gas and everything. He just didn't know that there was a car there behind that smoke.
I'm surprised he had a meatball. I wonder if it just hit that suspension
hit from
hard
behind.
enough where. Oh yeah.
Oh, me find little rear bumper.
Oh, that's
Oh,
where.
Cherry.
Oh, Vic.
Oh, man.
Refine's not going to finish last. Cameron Ridge pit road, Zach Evans pit road. Cameron Ridge and Zach Evans getting involved.
Well, Zach Evans
no damage
did.
there. For Cameron Ridge.
Or
No,
Cam.
Zach
Oh,
Evans.
yeah. See where Cam got involved there.
Oh, he got hit from behind.
Oh, we got hit from behind.
I don't know where the front damage came into play.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that's interesting. We do have Shane D. Mantova from the Infield Care Center. We'll bring him up. I don't think he had any. I don't think he had anywhere to go. Shane, we heard that this was not your track of choice, but definitely half number 2 was not good luck. I think you got damage too in half number 1.
Yeah, I clipped the wall in half number 1 and just really missed the setup and forgot to make a few changes. So half 1 sucked really bad, and then we came out here and started the second half and a lot of speed. And with that wreck there, they started wrecking. I check up, and Cameron, he just came down, honestly, and I kind of got pushed into the wreck because of that. So I hate calling out guys like that, but it's just unfortunately what happened, and I hate that it happened here. It's I think it's like the 3rd or 4th week in a row. It's 30 cars been wrecked, and we've just had really great speed, so it's just very frustrating.
How bad's the car?
Just finishing up towing right now, but the front clip is beat up pretty good, so definitely beat down some horses.
Oh boy, not fun. Are you going back out there and limping?
We could try. We could try and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a tough couple weeks for you here. I don't even know where we going next week. Where are we next week? Do you guys know? Anyone? Off the top of your head?
Chicagoland.
Oh, Chicagoland. What do you feel? I feel like these cars might be fun at Chicagoland.
Yeah, I just
I
ran
don't
a
know what you
league
think,
race there last night, and it was pretty fun. Different cars, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong in anywhere at Chicagoland. But yeah, we're one to go to green. So before we send you off, poor Shane. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, just shout out Vic, obviously, for having me out here every week and just being able to be part of this league, and you guys for putting on this broadcast. And it's definitely different not being in my own home racing. So we make it happen, then we make it work.
Yeah, and hopefully get back out there, maybe get some more points and stay in the fight.
Exactly. I was trying to send it, but sent it a little too hard, I guess.
Yeah, that will happen. But get that car fixed and send it the best you can.
Thank you, Goody. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Send it.
Send it.
Then they're just a little too hard there, bud.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Got
yeah,
her-
bud.
Oh, got it right in the wreck there. Now you're speaking my language there, guy.
Oh yeah, there, bud.
Oh,
Us
yeah,
Southerners
there.
try. We try.
We kicked him out. Now we have Nathaniel Cherry up there in the Infield Care Center as well. We'll maybe get a word from him once we get a few laps of green here, as they are ready to go. Ty McIntosh leading the field back to green.
Great
Great
job.
start for that 89. Francis trying to take advantage. Oh, well, man. Yeah, he should get Tepe unless Tepe takes the Cam Rich line here on the outside. Cade trying to recover after that slide when he was in the lead earlier. In that 4th spot right now. So what that wreck did do as well, I guess we didn't bring up, a lot of the heavy hitters at half number 1. Gavin Hibbs, Cameron Rich with that damage, Damian Leininger, our winner. This could open up for a different winner here in half number 2.
Sure. I mean, that's all the hitters from half 1, and you hate to see it because you want to see what it looks like when those guys have to drive through the field. But I also am pretty excited to see what the rest of these guys can do and maybe get a new winner out of that.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys currently in your top 5 right now would need a win. Would be huge for their momentum.
And you know that as a driver. You know when the top guys are out. You know that's your opportunity. You know that all of a sudden this amazing opportunity just fell in your lap, and you have just being honest, a better chance of winning. So you do drive a little harder and try to go get it, because it is your chance at this point.
Yeah, your time is now. See if get a new face here in victory lane tonight for the 2023 OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series. But with that, we'll get driver out of the infield care center. Hopefully get enough time to cool down because, man, he's had a rough go of it here tonight. Nathaniel, you got into 2 wrecks, really not of your own doing. Tell us about your night, I guess.
It's just the story of the season. I cannot buy a break. I think I have like one top 20 finish this year. So and it all started like I should have finished top 5 the season opener, but I won't name names, but somebody lived up to their reputation. So yeah, it's just been.
Go for it. We know who it is.
Vincent Isabella. But you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have like. I come home from school and then I hop on right away and I do this. It's becoming a bit frustrating. It's like, man, I could be doing homework right now, but instead I'm coming out here to get wrecked in the first 10 laps by a net code in someone else's mess. So, yeah, like I'm thinking about the road to the chase for me now. I think I'm like going to be at least 100 back after tonight. It's going to be near impossible. So, I don't know. I'm kind of already in checkers or wreckers mode. I told Adam when Adam messaged me after the first half. So, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna have to be able to just drive free and see what I can do, but yeah, it's been a pretty crappy start to the season.
Yeah, it's got to be quite frustrating, but hey, you know, if you do drive checkers or wreckers from here on out, I think you got the wrecking out of the way. We can see you win a few now.
Yeah, you think. I hope you're right. Yeah.
Hey, you got my support. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll send.
Yeah, we haven't talked to you much this year. This is you know, it's in like situations like this. If we have, it hasn't been good. So hopefully, you know, things turn around next week. Chicagoland. What you feeling about next week?
I mean, I look at the tracks coming up on the schedule: Chicagoland, Vegas, then Talladega, Richmond, New Hampshire. Those are all tracks theoretically I should do well at, but I should have done well here tonight as well. So I have no clue what to expect. I don't qualify well, that's my big problem. I've never been a hot lapper. Like, if I can survive a freaking half, I definitely feel like I can get top 10s at all of those places and maybe actually have a miraculous long shot to make the chase. But at this point, I'm relying on people ahead of me to have mistakes as well, which is a dangerous game to play.
You know, I'm calling it right now. I don't know if you ever seen the old Nate. It's football season opener here.
Yeah.
And so. I don't know if you remember the old commercial, nationwide commercial with Peyton Manning when he said, "Epic comeback starts right here."
I
don't
remember that one. I don't recall.
Oh, you gotta look it up. It'll give you inspiration, and we'll be seeing you in the chase-offs in no time.
Yeah, one can hope. I appreciate your confidence instilling in me, because right now I have none myself.
Don't worry. I'll be sending you some great confidence-boosting memes in the future.
All right. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll get you hooked up. But before you go, any show notes you want to go?
That's our design for. I think I still have the throwback scheme on. I made a mistake, but this beautiful throwback paint scheme. If not, the regular paint scheme is really good as well. Thanks to Nurse City Racing for giving me a ride this season, and for you guys for putting on a good show every week.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And hopefully we'll speak to you under better circumstances next week at Chicagoland.
Yeah. We'll start praying now.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be a long week.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, bud.
That was Nathaniel Cherry again. Rough start for him in the season, but right now not having a rough time. It's Ty McIntosh as he's still holding on to about a half a second lead over Joe Francis.
I'll go ahead and say it now. I didn't say it earlier, but I did message all my guys during the half, like Cherry alluded to. And one of the things I told Ty was when I saw he was going to be starting up front, is I told him all take and no give. I did see him in the first half give a couple spots away, just trying to race conservative. And when I saw where he was going to be starting, I wanted him to know that I think he should go all take. And as of right now, he's doing it. I don't know, I hope I didn't jinx him, but I'm really proud of how he's running. He really took it to heart. He was showing something.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. But you know, for a guy too like Nathaniel Cherry, who you just spoke to, sometimes getting in that mode where you don't have a good start to the season. I think Ty has kind of had the up and down season as well to kick it off, and sometimes you get to that point where you do feel like you have nothing left to lose, you maybe fallen a little more behind what you feel like you deserve. So sometimes playing a little more fast and loose, maybe a little bit more relaxed, not worried about the points, you just go out there and maybe get a checkered flag game.
Yeah, that's what I wanted when I brought Terry in, you know, and got everything situated where he could run. I wanted to know that at Nurse Aviator Racing, we wanted to be team fun. We wanted to have fun. We don't want it to be stressful. I know these guys put a lot of stress on themselves to run well. Oh, we got a wreck.
Okay. Oh, my hand, another one involved. A second wreck of not of his own doing.
Oh, and there goes Daddy.
OSCA Daddy. Daddy. Did he hit the wall? I hope he did.
He just had to get his 5 minutes.
And
it's okay.
He had to hit Zach. Sabotage. OSCA Daddy and Vic are in collusion. Calling it right now. Oh boy.
He's like, I'm not running good, not getting screen time.
Gavin Hibbs with involved in another wreck here.
And that is OSCA Daddy's throwback, just so he didn't get to make it last week, so he is running it tonight. It is a beautiful car. I will say that.
The old Tabasco Fiasco was running into me fine fiasco there for Tim Conrad. Oh man, he just overcorrected it and it snapped on him pretty good.
That reminded me of 2 weeks ago when the cars just kept snapping right, like there was no warning, no saving.
Yeah.
Kind of what that looked like. It just snapped right into Dallas' left.
Second half in a row, he is not happy.
No, same luck, almost the same luck as the Daniel Cherry had tonight. Just nowhere to go for the 15 in my hand. Oh my goodness, spinning like a top Thomas Capuano. Call him Topuano there after that wreck. On board with OSCA Daddy here. Oh, some heavy damage to the front end of the Tabasco Fiasco for OSCA Daddy.
And you know, he can't see in that moment, and he's reacting to what Zach's doing in front of him.
One person stayed out.
Feeling.
Oh, one is the loneliest
Cameron Rich? Is that Cameron Rich?
You'll ever do.
Cameron
yeah,
Rich?
but hey,
Cameron
he pitted last caution.
Yeah, on lap 4. Can they make it like from lap 4? That's.
I don't think they get
39 laps.
It's gonna be tight. We've seen Damian talk about it's being tight. Ooh, did Caden win the race off pit road? I believe he did.
Francis came out of his pit box like a rocket.
Yeah, he did. And Ty McIntosh loses 2 positions on pit road. He's gonna be in 4th. And how about DJ Weeks taking 2 tires? Now he decides to have better luck. He's in the top 10, 7th. Cameron Rich on the oldest tires.
We have Gavin Hibbs in the Infocare Center.
Oh, we do have Gavin Hibbs. Man, oh man, I wanted to see what he could do tonight. We'll bring him up. If I can.
Had a good first half.
While you're bringing him up, I do want to apologize for the issues with the graphics package. It looks like SDK is having delay issues, so we're going to be running Sim Racing apps. Our backup or redundancy graphics package.
It's always good to have a backup, but first off, Gavin, we have Gavin up here in the booth. I have to apologize. I did announcers jinx you to kick off that wreck, the first wreck you got into in half number 2.
Ah, man, that's all good. Just no jinxes here. Just people driving more with their heads up there, you know what, than looking out the windshield. So.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate too. It looked like you had a fast hot rod all night long tonight. You know, you dominated the early halves of half number 1, and then looked like you had the speed to make a rebound. Actually, in both almost came back for a win. In top, I think would you finish 5th, right? Half number 1.
Yeah, I just don't know I just don't know how the poor guys that finished ahead of me in half 1 managed to save all those many laps of fuel. But yeah, I was really excited for the second half. You know, just felt like we had a car that could finish top 3 or maybe even win. But you know, we 2 weeks in a row just got people running way too aggressive early on in halves, and you know, unfortunately, I get the bad end of the deal with both instances, and then got caught up again in this just this previous caution. But it was long after the yellow came out, so I don't know what some of these guys are doing, but it's just really annoying, you know.
Yeah, it seems like the key word of the night is frustration, and we've heard it from you already this season before. But next week we go to Chicagoland. You feel like you turn the luck around there?
It's one of those things, Goody. We just gotta wait and see. But I'm hoping to have a good run in Chicago next week.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to it as we are going back green here. Cameron Rich on the top line, lead him to the green flag. Green flag back out here on coming to lap 21. But before we let you go, Gavin, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yes, obviously, Shift Esports, Duck Press Media Solutions, and my parent team, Strictly Stock Motorsports. You know, all of my shout-outs have been very supportive this season so far, and just wish we can do better.
Yeah, hopefully you can do better. I gotta ask you too, was your scheme tonight in honor of the Pittsburgh Steelers or something?
Oh yes, buddy. You know,
Oh,
NFL season's back up, and
yeah. See, I made a gamble and guessed that, but I wasn't 100% sure.
well, you gambled correctly, man.
Who do they play week 1?
San Fran.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough game for you.
Yeah, I got the 24 pack of beer waiting. So.
Yeah. Hey, I might have to do that same thing. You know, new quarterback in Green Bay, and then we got to play the Bears. If I lose that one, I might. Either way, win or lose, I think I might dive into a whole 24 pack. You know how that goes. But thanks for joining us, Gavin. Hopefully, we'll talk to you next week at Chicagoland under better circumstances.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you bet. Gavin, Dev's another disappointing night for that 95 car, but man, look at DJ Weeks. I believe taking 2 tires. He's muscling his way up, trying to get around Ty McIntosh for the 5th position.
And just to note, we now know that tires do matter because Cameron Ridge is dropping like a rock. He was good for about 2 laps. Then he just started. Yeah, he started falling off, and we definitely know tires do matter.
Yeah, so we're at halfway now too, and I'm wondering if Cameron thinks that these guys even pitting now can't make it the rest of the way. So I'm still wondering that strategy to stay out there.
I wonder, since they only have 2 sets of tires in the pits, and they all pitted on lap 4, if he thinks that everybody took their second set of tires just now, and he has his save.
Oh, didn't think of that. Oh, contact. Oh, he gets back up.
Oh,
no.
Come on.
Oh, no. Oh, got into Westergreen.
Yeah,
Darren
that's
Staff
how I
involved.
feel right now.
Oh, man. These guys are running hard. DJ Weeks. Thomas got into the side of DJ Weeks. DJ Weeks sliding into Dylan Thomas to kick off that wreck, and chaos ensued behind him. That was a hard lick for the 9 car as well.
Can you go back and look at that, Carlos, as they were coming off out of 2? Is another case of someone just getting tight down there?
See what I can do. That looked like there was going to be contact regardless.
Yeah, it looked like, he was getting tight. Utepe got a little contact as well.
This Rashid Coles also was involved. I think Rashid Coles has been involved in every incident here, from all the way back there.
Can we get a 92 on board?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I was gonna hit
for
that.
the old Canuck.
Oh, he didn't hit it. He didn't hit it.
Didn't hit the inside wall.
Robert Hill is
Yeah,
dropped.
oh man. He was right behind Westergreen. Oh, man.
Joe Francis down pit road. Cameron Rich. David Westergreen.
Let's get the damage fixed on that 9 car.
I know Cameron Rich for sure wanted that caution to come out, but a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little.
So this is a question. This is a question for you guys who's run this car a lot. I've got one racing this car. We've seen it a couple times now where the car on the bottom's getting tight. Is that the car on the bottom getting tight, or is it the car on the outside pinching him, and it actually brings the back end around, which makes the car look like it gets tight? Are these more aero sensitive when someone's on your outside like that?
I haven't run it much, but I think it's a product of more getting tight, just the aero push when you're side by side. I know Dura was talking about that in practice, but he noticed that quite a bit different from running solo to with a pack. So I'm wondering if you just don't know how tight you're going to get, it might make a difference of how far away that car is to you as well.
I was curious because you know, there's back in the day in NASCAR where, and it may not have been these cars, and that's why I asked, but there was a time where if someone packed a lot of air on your side getting into a corner, it would really upset your car. So I was kind of wondering if that's what we were seeing, or if it was just like that aero push, like you were saying.
Yeah, it looks like I think it probably both could happen, but it seems like tonight we're seeing more the aero push than that like where they almost like they made contact but they didn't, just sending that ass end around. But I don't think we've seen a whole lot of that tonight yet. But see, we're getting the choose kill. Got Caden Tufts choosing the outside. Gilberto's going to gain a couple spots. Be the first car on the inside line.
Doing it for the brand.
Doing it for the brand. So we're one lap to go to green. We have a couple guys in interview waiting. We'll get to them once we get back green and get going here a little bit. How about Braxton DeWeese? He's worked his way up into the fifth spot. I think he got into some of that trouble early on in the going. He's working his way back up through the field. Ty McIntosh, he's going to be restarting in the third spot on the inside. See if he can get back up front when he was leading before the caution came out.
Is that Robert Hill that'll be restarting in fifth with the choose, looks like?
Or fifth, yeah. How about old Robert? You're getting lucky. Slivering through that wreck earlier.
Old Bobbert.
Old Bobbert. Old Canada. The old announcer by trade as well. Actually got to do the Montreal race, I think, for IndyCar Radio as well. That was pretty cool.
Very cool.
It was not Montreal. It was definitely Toronto.
Toronto. Okay, Toronto. Thank you. Oh yeah, he wanted to go to Montreal. That's what it was. Never mind.
We need that information earlier, Vic. You need to be our like cool stats guy, like TV has, so we can sound like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, for once in my damn life. Green flag back out. Caden Tufts getting a great restart on that inside line. Even Alex Grates is going to clear. Gilberto going into one.
I think Gilberto spun the tires really bad.
Yeah, he's going to be fighting Braxton DeWeese on the exit. Ty McIntosh kind of a victim of the whole deal as well. Nowhere to go for the 89. He's going to jump to the top.
Anybody
Gilberto in a free fall right now. No. Like he went unpicked, I believe, right?
Goes unpicked and is going to finish second tonight.
Second to whom?
To Alex Grates.
Oh, you're calling. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Damn it, that was going to be my pick. And then my pick already. I can't even talk to my pick because he's back on track now. But anyway. Caden Tufts currently holding on to that top spot, but Braxton DeWeese, he might be making noise for that top spot before too long. Definitely has a car to do it.
We might have all the top 5, top 6 might get single file here, and if they can.
I thought Gilberto's peeking, maybe. How about Watson though? He's trying to work his way up into the top 10 or hanging on for that, but he's had a rough night. If he can get a top 10, I'm sure he'll be very happy. Stuck in that bottom lane, which doesn't seem to be the goer. Ooh, Cameron right in front of Cameron Rich.
Yeah.
Joe Francis trying to work his way up through the field once again, back in the top 10, trying to work around Ray Bracey, but Bracey putting up a good fight. Cameron Rich right behind them as well. He's doing some good work coming through the field here.
I'd like to point out Braxton Lewis's last lap had the fastest lap of the race.
Oh yeah,
He
the
is.
30.003 or 39.
He's all over the back of Greats right now.
He is there. Greats is definitely closing in on Tufts as well. A little bit of damage to that 8 car, but no matter. He's showing some muscle right now. Greats trying to hold him off, also trying to close in on the leader, Caden Tufts, with 12 laps to go, or 13, sorry. My bad, I can do math.
That's fine.
Math is hard. That's impossible sometimes. Ooh, it looks like, Greats look like he's, rear end got a little slideways there a little bit. And coming into 3. Greats gonna choose that high line. Braxton's gonna dive it low.
And Greats has been here before. I mean, he was in that last battle. He's literally pulling the Cam Rich move right now. He's turning down low. He knows what needs to be done to make this pass.
He's gonna make a run. He doesn't want to enter the corner too low. He's side by side. He's got the lead right now, but can he hold it? He's gonna have to slide job in front of Caden. I don't think he's gonna be able to do so. Oh, he gets sideways.
Just hold it.
Oh, he can't hold off Braxton DeWeese. No, Braxton DeWeese on the outside. He's gonna move into second. That's the risk of doing that dive bomb slide job. If you're not clear, you gotta pinch that car off, get loose, and oh!
Look at the block. Greats just pulled it right up in front of DeWeese.
Oh, he closed the door. He slammed that door hard.
About to have a 5-car battle again, boys.
Oh yeah. Got Gilberto, Ty McIntosh, Braxton DeWeese, Alex Greats, and Caden Tufts, your leader. There's more cars even behind them that could get in this fight too before too long. This could be a gaggle throughout the field.
Caden saying, y'all just keep fighting. I'll just keep fighting.
Cameron Rich. Don't look now. He's up in that 8th spot right now. He's definitely
On fresh tires, too.
on fresh tires.
Joe Francis
got that speed.
is one position higher than him on the same track tires.
That could change if he gets to the high line. Joe Francis on that bottom side, which it's been hard to get that corner exit. Gilberto's able to hold Francis and Cooper Johnson off. Kind of boxing in Cameron Rich, nowhere to go right now. With that, Caden kind of pulling away a little bit.
Yeah, Greats
Greats
is slowing DeWeese up a little bit. I think DeWeese is going to do everything he can to get by him on this lap. It's that last 2 laps or so. He's been all over him, just couldn't get by him. He's definitely slowing him up, letting Caden get away.
Yeah, hasn't been able to pull too far, so if Braxton gets by him, which he does here, or not quite, doesn't clear him. Oh man, Greats is definitely giving it everything his car has right now. Trying to hang on to that 2nd spot because he knows if he's within arm shot of Greats on that final lap, we've seen it in half number 1, and get the victory here tonight.
Joe Francis through the 5th, going on top.
They cross over, coming to the line. Joe Francis is definitely on the move as well. He's got Cameron Rich right in tow behind him. Next target's going to be the 89 car of Ty McIntosh. Greats and Dewey still do not have 2nd spot short up. That will leave Caden Tufts pulling away by another 10th. Only 4/10 though. Oh, Francis diving hard with those fresh tires. It's going to get a 2-for-1 special, maybe a 3-for-1 special. Man, he hung on. He's at least side by side now for 2nd spot. Cameron Rich. Good run coming out of the corner as well. 3 wide. Uh-oh.
That's tight. That is really tight. Contact.
Oh, Cameron or Greats push way up the track. Oh, did he kiss the wall too? But he's gonna lose a couple spots. Up at marbles there.
Joe Francis did not clear Luis. He needs to get him in the next lap if he wants to run down Cade.
Cooper Johnson coming.
That 10th that he had at Cooper Johnson, Gilberto, all in the mix here. 7 cars within a second of each other with 6 laps to go. And see, they closed in on Caden Tufts quite a bit. See if Francis can dive down. Is he gonna have enough? Might be able to clear the 8 here. Joe Francis, oh, he might have a shot at the lead.
Luis is gonna push him back out in front. Yep.
Yep. It looks like with Francis here, he's burning up now. He's got to be burning up those tires. Cameron Rich, he's kind of playing maybe a cat-mouse game up for that top spot. But Joe Francis side by side, drag race. 4 laps to go. We could see a repeat of half number 1 here.
Don't think you're Caden and Luis. You don't want those 2 new tires to get linked up on the bottom. Yep.
Oh, Cam's loose. Joe Francis has got the lead. Caden, he's got to block up the top side. Joe, he knows what got him there, though. He's sticking to that yellow line. I wonder if we can see Cameron Rich to pull that outside, try to get that run off the corner. Joe Francis trying to break the toe for the 0-0. Cameron Rich now trying to move into the 3rd spot. 3 laps to go.
He's going to get it right here. Ooh. Oh, he didn't clear up.
Didn't clear up. Oh.
Cooper with a big run.
Francis
out of it.
making himself, snaking himself down all around the backstretch. Trying to pull away, but uh-oh, he's going to have Cameron Rich maybe to deal with in a couple laps. But we only have 2 laps to go once they hit the line.
Cameron's going to drive it in really deep here to try to clear Caden because he's going to need the full lap to get there.
Oh, and Caden's going to try to maybe pinch him down, but he's going to clear him. And Cam's going to pinch up so he doesn't get that run. So 6/10 of a second lead right now. With only, coming to 2 miles to go for Joe Francis once we hit the line. Running old Rocket Man colors, hoping he can put a rocket lap up here with 1 more lap to go. Does Cameron Rich have anything for Joe Francis here on the final lap? Going into turns 1 and 2.
This is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see tires matter. We wanted to see comers and goers. Exactly what we asked for.
Yeah, and Cooper Johnson worked his way up into 4th in all this scuffle. He's trying to battle for the 3rd spot going into 3. Caden's throwing blocks. Oh! Caden.
He got Caden loose. He let Caden gather it up, though.
Oh, and they're wrecking. On a 3rd, 4th. Oh! They're wrecking the back. Caden Tufts going around, but across the line, Joe Francis wins half number 2. Cameron Rich 2nd, Braxton DeWeese 3rd, Cooper Johnson 4th, Ty McIntosh 5th, Alex Great 6th, Ray Bracy 7th, Adam Tepe 8th, James Watson 9th, and how about OSCA Daddy coming back with the top 10?
I thought he let him gather it up. I was wrong.
Guys, first week Cameron Rich has not won.
All year. Wow.
Oh.
Well, not all year. All season.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. But how about Joe Francis, signs by Joe? He might be making a sign for himself at 25. Oh boy, that was aggressive burnout.
Gotta make it legal.
Yep. Well, we're gonna have to ask him about that once he gets into a victory lane here. As Joe Francis burns it down, picking up his first win, I believe in OSCA competition here. So big win for that 25. Big win for Shift East. Was that the first win for Shift this season? It might be. It might be. Joe getting it done. But we'll bring up Braxton DeWeese, who came home in the third spot here in half number 2, and well, overall a pretty solid night for you. Or, well, I guess not. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. But 14th in half number 1, a third in half number 2. Tell us about your night here a little bit. Do you think you had a shot at the win?
Maybe a little bit. And I was a little tight with just how the car was and how the air was. I didn't really feel like I had um, as much as everybody else did there at the front, but I felt like if I was up there more and um, ran up there more. I mean, I got up there at a certain point, but I felt like if I had more time up there, I could have learned a little bit more and whatnot. Going to the back there in race 1 kind of hurt me. It really just screwed my race, to be honest with you. And then I finished 14th, so I was two spots away from the invert, which kind of sucked. But it is what it is. I'm just kind of frustrated about getting that EOL in race 1.
Yeah, kind of set you behind the 8 ball, but yeah, ran the fastest lap of half number 2 here, and looking at it, I believe that the 2 guys that beat you um, were on fresher tires. Would there be anything you do differently as far as pit strategy in half number 2?
Pit when they did. I felt like if I had pitted when they did, I'd be up there for sure. I felt like I was kind of close with Joe on pace. I felt like it would have been a dogfight going through the pack there. I bet it was a dogfight, them going through the pack there in general. But yeah, I didn't expect them to go green all the way there, and just the way it kind of the race was tending there with the cautions. But you got to learn from it, and it is what it is. Just gotta make sure we can't have net code happen. But we'll move on to the next race, Chicagoland.
Yeah, next week that should be a fun one. But before we talk a little bit more about that, Adam, got anything for Braxton?
Nah, man, that was a great race. I had my eye on you all night, watching you come through the field a couple times, making some moves. And like I said, if it wouldn't have been for those new tires, that was all you. And that was a hell of a run, dude.
I appreciate it.
So anyway, next week you were mentioning Chicagoland. Should be another fun one for these high horsepower Gen 6 cars. How do you think you're gonna feel once we head to Chicagoland next week?
I think I'll do okay. It just depends on how the set is and the track and how the settings and whatnot. But we'll run a couple laps and see how it feels, and just work from it and see if we have to work on it some more, or if we can just kind of work on other things if we have pace. So we'll just figure it out throughout the next week and see what we can do.
I have a feeling we'll be talking to you at some point next week. I think you'll bring it. But before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, for sure. Ben's Publical on the car. I've had them on the car for a little while, and won a championship in the '87 car with them. So I'm hoping I can, kind of repeat that and do that here. If not, have a good strong finish. So big shout out to them. They're a restaurant in downtown Miamisburg, where I'm at, and they're pretty good. A lot of people like it. There's a lot of good reviews. So big shout out to them. I also want to give a shout out to Allen's Arts Images, Blaze Designs, Unrivaled Photography, Interstate Ford, Martin Sports, EPI, Elite Performance Industries. I just got on them with the open late model stocks. So that's it's really enjoyable to be with them and run the setups that they provide, and learning from that is a little bit of a curve. Just learn how to do setups in general. So I'm looking forward to working with that more, and trying to get to where I can build my own setups and provide my own stuff whenever I want. So big shout out to them, as well as James Almaid, Hayden's Race Day Replicas. You guys are associate sponsor for another league, and everybody that tunes in and supports me. I appreciate it. Just gotta have a little bit more luck, I guess. We have the pace, just got to be up there and be consistent a little bit more, and have the right strategies. I feel like we've been having the wrong strategies a lot recently, and we got to turn that around. So we'll try next week and try to be a couple spots better.
Well, the way you've been running, I think for surely we'll be seeing you in victory lane in no time.
Well, I hope so.
But,
I need it.
well, again, thanks for joining us, and we'll be talking to you next week after Chicagoland.
Alrighty, I appreciate it.
You bet. It's Braxton DeWeese coming home in third. Tonight here in half number 2. We lost. We did lose Peeler. We lost Peeler. With
he has a sick dog to deal with. So.
Okay. Well, before we get any further in our interviews, I do want Vic. Can you do an interview? Do you want to do an interview with one guy?
Do you want me to interview somebody?
Yeah, one certain somebody.
Oh, it depends on who.
It's I want to talk to the guy or I want you to talk to the guy who finished 10th.
Who finished?
Good run for OSCA Daddy.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll bring him up. We'll bring him
I'll
up for a
stop
quick
you in the
interview.
race quick.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. So, Tim, they want me to interview you, bud.
Oh, all right. I'll have
Yeah.
it.
So, you had an okay race out there tonight. You finished 10th in the second half, and you didn't finish so hot in the first half. You want to tell us about your race?
Sure. It was actually a ton of fun. I was actually happy with the 16th in the first half since I missed the start and ended up starting, dead last and almost a lap down. So I'll take a 16th on the first half. And that battle that James and I had at the end, that was a ton of fun.
Right on. Yeah, you so you had a good race though. Not a ton of speed out of you. You just kind of lucked into that 10th place finish, but
whoa. Like the last 10 laps of the run, I had the speed.
I mean, there was no other cars left.
Well, that, and I'm so slow that my tires were way better than everybody else's.
My point exactly. You lucked into it. Anyway, you had a good looking car out there. You want to tell us about how
oh yeah, loved it.
How you weren't able to make it last week, but somehow you managed to finagle your way into running it this week?
Yeah, I figured I'd run it this week since I wasn't able to make it. As soon as I found out the rules for the throwback, I immediately wanted to go with the freaking Tabasco fiasco.
Yeah,
because it seems like everything's a fiasco now. So,
and I think me and you might be the only ones, or maybe Dewar out there and Carp, we might be the only 4 alive in the field or involved tonight that was alive and remember the Tabasco fiasco well enough.
Right? It was D-Dove, and then you had frickin' Todd Bodine in it.
Yeah.
Who else was in it? There was someone else in it too.
There was one. I think there was one other driver because it was. I cannot remember, but it was when DW took it over. He used like his old Chevrolets or something, wasn't it?
I think
and then they had all the stuff from Pontiac. I can't remember, but it was wild. I always loved that car though. That car was cool. They also had that green one, the green black one. That was pretty cool.
That one was pretty hot
as well.
I figured with the orange, it kind of went more with what we do.
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, the regular orange scheme is spot on. Love it.
So So now that I can talk, your team had a good second half. You had Caden up there for a hot minute, and you had Alex up there. I mean, Alex was up there in half one as well. Proud of those guys for being up there up front, and can we expect that on the regular for Weekend Woodsman Racing, or is that just tonight?
No, I think that's going to keep happening more as these guys keep developing that rhythm and getting into the flow, because they were that last restart, I almost dumped the dude in front of me just because, I was listening to their countdown and trying to go when they went, and no one else knew when to go. So they definitely had a good plan going and working together on that, and hopefully it just keeps, building as the season goes on.
Okay, and I will wrap up my awkward sounding questions with this, and it's when the hell are you going to join them up front, Tim?
Probably never, unless I get lucky enough that everybody dies.
You almost got there tonight.
In the race.
And I'll do the honors here, Goody. Who you got to thank for tonight, pal?
I'm going to thank, obviously Weekend Woodsman. Check us out on YouTube. Strutting by Richard Duncan builds a great turkey decoy product. Frigid Forge, they'd make a great deer seed for all your food plots. And Catskill Mountain Calls. And then obviously Caden Tuff's Designs. And Kynan Jones also, other than, he had a crap luck on that first wreck.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And good luck on your tech inspection tomorrow, pal.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
OSCA Daddy Tim Conrad joining us up here in the booth.
If you want an awkward interview, I'll do an awkward interview.
Hey, I loved it. I loved
Trying to make it
awesome.
awkward, but like also semi-normal. I don't ask questions very often.
Yeah, you did great. And it was the perfect hint of professional and awkward all at one time. I loved it. You should like go to real racetracks and just interview people and ask them just.
Dude, you
questions like
should you should be in commentary for one of those races, and I mean, if you can finagle your way into getting me to ask awkward questions, I'll go around the pit area. I'll literally go walk around the pit area at Eagle Valley or any other track, and I'll walk around and just ask people awkward questions. Just put a camera in front of me and I'll just ask awkward questions to people. Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you'd be like that. I think it was, I can't remember what late night show where the guy would just walk around New York and ask awkward questions like that.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think
Billy
that
on
could
the
be
street.
fun. Yeah,
I'll do that. Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get back to the show.
Yeah, we'll go back to the regular scheduled program. We'll bring up Cameron Rich here quickly as he comes home in second. And Cam, man, you had the speed tonight, 2 second place finishes, but man, you're washed up now. This is the first week of OSCA competition that you haven't gone to victory lane. What's up, man?
Bit of bad luck tonight, I think.
Especially
fun,
half number 2 was definitely a tough one.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't appreciate getting called out by somebody who thinks I came down on them when the replay says otherwise. So I don't know what Shane was talking about, but he probably needs to watch the replay again. I don't
Race
think
Control's watching the replay right now.
I don't think that was as egregious as he says it was. I think there was a wreck happening in front of both of us, and so I don't know. But that's the only complaint I have. I mean, it was.
Cam, while you're here, do you want my take on this?
Sure, let's go. I love your take.
So I'll go back and watch it exact. But what happens is that you're both checking up for the wreck, and he's going up ever so slightly, and you're coming down as well, because you think that Damien's going to go high. So I think you're going up, whereas he sees the wreck directly in front of him, and he thinks that they're going to keep going low, so he's attempting to go high at the same time. So I think you both kind of just collect each other, and unfortunately he gets the worst end of the deal. So I don't think it's either of your faults. I just think that it's one of those like crash avoidance that it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not perfect.
I would looking at the replay right now.
Certainly not call either one of you out on it.
No. And the thing is, like, I kind of acknowledge that. I watched the replay myself too, and I thought by the way he was talking in the race that I was going to come down like 4 lanes and just chop him. But if you're going to come out here and call someone out on the broadcast, it shouldn't be a 50-50 deal. I mean, whatever. It's just me. It's got to be egregious for that. But whatever. We finished second and he's not, so I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, but still overall in the grand scheme of things, not ending up in victory lane, kind of having a little bit of rough luck and some moves just maybe made at the right time on you in half number 2 you had the bad luck, half number 1 you had the timing almost of Damien, or able to block your run, able to get him into victory lane, but still overall a great points night for you. But what do you feel like your chances next week getting into victory lane at Chicagoland?
Oh, I love it. I love Chicago. That's gonna be a fun track. I think it'll be a good race. My main thing these next few months until the end of the season is just gonna be like my ability to practice when I can and have the time, because I'm kind of giving up on my time nowadays to do something else. So I think it'll be fun though. Gonna try to finish the season strong, and we're only what 6 races in or something like that. I don't know why we're even thinking. We're not even halfway in the season, so we got a long ass way to go.
That's true, but hey, man, you're getting knocked off your podium. You haven't ended up in victory lane, man. It's falling apart for you.
Washed up.
Washed up.
Might just retire the 29 next week because it's over.
It's over. Yep. Sorry, Carlos. He's done. Carlos
I think.
is sleeping.
I do got to bring up one more thing though. That race at the end of half one was really good. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was certainly fun from the car.
It was fun to watch. The only bad thing, we had a little bit of a mix-up on our telemetry, so we didn't know it was the last lap. We thought we were coming to the white flag, so we didn't get as excited as we should have. But it was fun to watch it. I mean, another lap or two, there probably could have been 5 cars battling for the lead. You guys certainly put on a good show. Hopefully we'll see that next week at Chicagoland as well. But before we let you go, get ready for Chicagoland next week. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Absolutely. You guys are broadcasting, of course. Vic putting the league on every week and dealing with our bullshit every week. I'm sure it's something. Drivers suck. I hate drivers. Drew for painting my car, and my teammates Dallas, Rob tonight, and Darren for being there each and every week. And I hope we can all help each other a little bit out and make each other better as a team at RK. So. And I know that other teammates didn't get to finish as they wanted tonight, but we'll all be back. We'll be back stronger.
And anyone else you're leaving out?
Oh, my wife. Yeah, my wife. I'm sorry.
I was scared there for a minute.
You saved my ass, Goody.
That was
Thank you.
pretty weird because Goody, I didn't hear the last word you said. Like, I didn't hear you say out. I just heard you say anything you're leaving, and then Cam said that, and I was what?
Yeah, my wife, Caitlin. Please.
Yeah, Cam's leaving her for me.
Please don't sign the divorce papers yet. Don't forget.
Just give him one more week. He'll get back
in. Now?
He'll get back in victory lane. I promise. Don't leave him yet.
He doesn't want to be with a non-winner anymore, so I'm getting dumb.
Yeah.
Caitlin in the YouTube chat, you can have him.
On that note, I think I'm sleeping out on the couch tonight, guys.
She's like, oh, that, my wife.
Oh yeah, her. Oh boy. Well, thanks, Cam, and you might need some blankets and some pillows to sleep on the couch tonight. So we'll let you get prepared. Thanks for joining us.
I'll go sleep. I'll go cuddle with my cat. It'll be all right. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Cameron Rich coming home in second half number 2, but without further ado, we're gonna go down to victory lane here with Joe Francis. Barbecue chips all over the place, and Joe, it seemed like in the second half there to get the win, you and Cam came down pit road at the same time on that last caution, and it was kind of a race to get to the front.
Yeah, on the final pit stop there, thank goodness it was the final pit stop. I was real indecisive till the final moment, just thinking, I mean, I still felt like I was faster than the leader at the time, but you know, people in the back are going to pit, take fresh tires. So I just said, screw it. Most of the time when I do what the other guys do, it never works out. So I got to do the opposite, and thank goodness it did work.
Yeah, it worked indeed. And one thing I think you also did that the other guys didn't do was it seems like you were making that bottom line. You were almost right there on the yellow lines going through the corners, and it seemed like it was hard for a lot of other drivers to make it stick. What was the key for your success on that bottom line?
I think it was half and half. It was half fresh tires, half that the bottom was actually hooking up really good, because once I found out the bottom, or once I found what to do on the bottom, it just hooked like I found a fifth gear or something. Because at one point I sent it in on the bottom and won. I think I was almost all the way on the bottom, still pretty much ran the same line, just sent it in, stopped in the center, hooked the wheel, and it turned. It didn't even get all that loose either, so something hooked up really good. So I was able to get the run out of the corner really good and actually get around people. And this is I don't normally send it in. Well, maybe I do most of the time. I just don't pay attention to how deep I'm sending it in, but I'm never the guy to send it in and absolutely dive bomb in the corners, but it worked this time. It actually hooked up. So I was able to use it to my advantage this time.
Yeah, I think at one point you passed 3 cars or 2 cars at least in one shot, going from 4th to 2nd. So it was pretty impressive. But was there maybe even some subconscious urgency to try to stay ahead of Cameron Rich?
Yeah, a little bit. He was on my bumper that whole time. I think I got away from him for like a second, but then somebody held me up and he was right there again. And Cam even got to my outside once thinking I screwed this up, but I think that was right before I found out the bottom worked. That might have been the lap that I found out the bottom worked, because I think I needed to send it in real deep that time and try to get around the other guy. Then I found it. I just stopped in the center, hooked the wheel, and sent it. It just worked.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it did.
Yeah, it worked out. It worked great, and able to get your first win here for Shift Esports. That's gotta feel pretty good. I believe that's the first team win of the season as well, isn't it?
I don't know. I guess it is. Good to break the ice. Good to be the first one
Yeah.
to break the ice and get my first win in OSCA.
Yeah, so breaking the ice twice here, and I'm sure we'll see more of you and the other cars from Shift get back into victory lane. But you've been pretty consistent so far. Early in the going here of this OSCA season. But does this win maybe give you a little more swagger, a little more confidence going into next week at Chicagoland?
Yeah, I'd say it just gives me a little bit of confidence knowing that this is one of the cars that I always love. This is the very first car I ran when I got to A class, so I always felt the best in this car, and high horsepower has always been my favorite, so I'm just feeling pretty good now.
I like it. A little confidence. You got a little the barbecue chips help you win the race here tonight as well.
Plus, after staring at Cam's bumper all last season in Urska, it feels pretty good.
Oh yeah, I bet that as well. But
Cam though, but he's just fast.
He's fast, but yeah, he does it clean, and you did it. You had to muscle your way through a lot of cars and stay ahead of him. It was fun to watch. But got to ask you too, are you gonna have a 25 sign in your room now after getting into victory lane?
Actually, I already do, but it's technically Brett Moffitt's number. But don't tell anybody I made that one. Yeah, I'm a simp for Moffitt, so.
Yeah. Did
Maybe
you
I'll
get
make
Gerald on
round.
that? Is that why Gerald brings up Brett Moffitt all the time?
No, we both simp for Moffitt because we believe he's both underrated.
I'll agree with that. I think we and Gerald have talked about that before, but we might have talked about that next week, and also again this a victory. But before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give?
All right, 2 shout-outs. Well, second one has a lot of people, but first shout-out is my personal business, Numbers by Joe. If you look on my hood, it's Numbers by Joe, my personal business, where if you like your favorite, well, that's kind of redundant, but if you have a favorite number in iRacing, kind of like the 25 on mine, or my other favorite number, the 50, I can turn that into a plaque you can hang on the wall. They look pretty nice. Feel free to ask Cam or a couple of the other guys in here, because I've already made numbers for a bunch of guys in this league and a couple other leagues, and a lot of people on iRacing. And second shout out is to everybody on the team: Gavin, Gil, Nick, Braxton, Seth, and my parent team, which is the Strictly Stock Motorsports. And gosh, there's a lot of guys on that team. Jesse, GT, Gavin again, Zishan, Kato, Richard, Holt, Chris. I think that's everybody. And Gerald too, so kind of.
Gotta throw him in there. That's but yeah, so hopefully, now that we got this win under the belt, now we'll see in victory lane. I'm thinking it could happen, Chicagoland. It's got a race a little similar. I think we'll be all over the place, even get hooked up on the bottom and do it all over again.
Given the right circumstances, I kind of like Chicagoland.
Ooh, I like it. So, well, thanks for joining us, Joe, and go celebrate that victory.
All right, thank you.
You bet. Joe Francis coming home with the win here tonight in half number 2. And that will conclude tonight's Thursday night OSCA 172 here at Michigan. I'd like to thank Anna Peeler, who did have to tend to his sick dog, unfortunately. Again, also like to thank Carlos for all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I know he's not feeling well himself. And, of course, Vic Bloom. And that awesome interview as well. That was fun. But next week, Chicagoland, same time, same place next week, right here on 3 Wide Television. Until next time, good night now.